Hey guys, what's up? It's Maddie, and I traced my family back to the Mayflower, George Washington, and English royalty. So I've been researching my own family history for almost 3 years and have over 2,000 people on my family tree on ancestry.com. Some notable people include signer of the Mayflower Compact and Mayflower crew member Captain John Alden, our first president, George Washington, and English royalty. Today, I'll be sharing with you some tips and tricks on how to help you get started with your own family tree. Let's get started. Tip number 1 is to take advantage of school and public resources. At my school, we had an ancestry.com subscription and a newspapers.com subscription. I have my own ancestry.com subscription at home, but I don't have a newspapers.com subscription. So it was really helpful to be able to access free articles and photographs of my ancestors while I was at school. For reference, a basic ancestry.com subscription is about $20 per month, and a newspapers.com subscription is $8 per month. At my public library, we have an ancestry.com subscription and a fold3.com subscription. Fold3.com is a military records archive that is $8 per month. I know many public libraries also have a newspapers archive, but mine does not. However, by accessing these 3 websites for free at public libraries or at school, you can save $36 per month. My second tip is to use other online free resources. Ancestry.com is what you hear about most when it comes to genealogy research, but there are also a bunch of other websites that are online that you can use for free. One of them is FamilySearch.org, which is run by the Church of Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints. It includes thousands of records, and I used this website for over a year before I actually purchased an Ancestry.com subscription. Another one is Google Books. Google Books, you just type in your ancestor's name and keywords such as their location or occupation. You can find out if they were important in their occupation or if they were in the military or just a bunch of other cool stuff that you probably wouldn't have learned about before. Findagrave.com is another website. It's where people enter in pictures of headstones and cemeteries. There are currently over 180 million memorials on their site, and it really helps with verifying birth and death dates and family members, and they also people send in photographs as well. Tip number 3 is to research possible connections. For example, I have an ancestor named Joseph Perry. He's my great-great-great-grandfather, and originally, all I knew about him is that he was born in New York in about 1815 and that he moved to Wisconsin. I could not find any record of his parents anywhere. So what I did was I searched around, and in his city, there was another person living there named Ebenezer Perry, who was born around the same time and was also from New York. The more I researched, I found a census record of Ebenezer Perry in New York. He had a brother named Joseph Perry, born in 1815. I had finally solved the parents of this Joseph Perry mystery. So if you ever come to a brick wall, which means that you can't find the parents of an ancestor that you're looking for, researching possible connections is a really great way to solve that easily and quickly. My 4th tip is to interview your family members. Oh, my lamp is shaking. This could be interviewing aunts and uncles, cousins, grandparents, anything like that. When you think of genealogy, you probably think of ancestors that are dead, like great-great-grandparents and old black and white photographs. But family history can start with you and start with your parents and your grandparents. So you want to be asking questions to your living relatives so that in the future your descendants will have something to look back on and something to listen to that they can find information. I use an app called StoryCorps. It's a free app where you can interview people. It'll help you come up with questions, and then as you go, you just tap them and it switches to the next question. I've interviewed my grandparents, my great aunts, a bunch of different relatives, and I think it's just a really great way to spend some time with them while also learning more about your family's history. My fifth tip is to try DNA tests. I've done 2 DNA tests, and I've done 23andMe and Ancestry DNA. I actually did get different results. If you want me to do a full video comparing these 2 websites, let me know, and I definitely will. But overall, I liked Ancestry DNA better. It helps you verify your tree, connect with your DNA cousins, and this overall does a really great job, and it goes right with your family tree if you already have a family tree on ancestry.com. My 6th tip is to reach out to your distant cousins, either that you found through a DNA test, DNA match, or if you've met some cousins just through using a site such as ancestry.com and have seen their trees that match up with yours. One of the ways this can help is if you are at a brick wall and you can't find the next generation, they already may have done some research and they can find whoever's next in that family tree. Another cool thing is you can share photographs, stories, anything like that, because photographs and stories don't always get passed down to each generation, so they can have some cool pictures of your great-great-grandparents that you've never seen before. My 7th tip is to reach out to a historical society near your ancestors' town. One of the ways this can help is if you call the historical society or email the historical society in the city that your ancestor was from, they might have a bunch of photographs or stories or even a family Bible that may have belonged to your family hundreds of years ago. I had actually done this before and I got to see pages from a family Bible, photographs. It's just a really cool thing to do, and I definitely recommend it. Tip number 8 is to visit a cemetery that your ancestors are buried in. This is also, it's just a really cool thing to do, to go see where your ancestors are buried. It's also really helpful because you can find graves of people near them that have the same last name and say this must be their sister or their mother or their father. And it's just a really helpful way to verify some research, and also it's cool to see where your ancestors are buried. Thank you so much for watching, and if you decide to start your own family tree and use any of the tips and tricks that I gave in this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below what you want to see next from this channel. Bye!